Good morning. We are today going to have a go at making a pair of pyjamas for a baby doll. Sorry, a doll. This is a baby, I've just got a doll. I'll talk about the doll in a little bit. This is Pattern Simplicity 4707. Me and patterns don't like each other, so I'm going to give it my best shot. This is the pyjama set just there. I've actually chosen pink, and this is the fabric. It's got hearts all over it. I brought that from Barry's Fabrics at Digbeth. It's 100% cotton. That's one of the sleeves. I've put together the first ones, and if we look at the pyjama top, I've actually followed this picture. Stitch front and back to sleeves at armhole edges, stitch under 1/4 inch at back edges, which I assume it means just sew the back to that side of the sleeve and the front to that side of the sleeve. I've got my 1/4 inch foot on. That's my front, that's my sleeve, that's my back. So let's do the first ones. 1/4 inch foot, and I've got it on 2 because obviously dolls' clothes take a lot of punishment. So I've got a small stitch. So I will go back and forwards at the end and the start and the stop. Go to the first shape. It sort of like goes in a bit and then turns. That's for the casing, which is 5/8 of an inch. Should have the 2 notches on. There they are, with the 2 notches right size together. So I now know I've got the back of the sleeve to the back, and pin right to top and bottom. This funny kick shape here is where the casing's going to be. Put the 2 notches together, and that's that section pinned. And obviously here's the front, and there's 1 notch for the front, there's the other notch for the front. They go right size together, and pin. Put your notches together and pin. Put your ends together. Don't worry about that, this does not go on that side, so all you need to do is put your points together. And then again you sew this one to both seams. So now we have 1 continuous front, back and 2 sleeves, you can see. And if you put it together right, there's your front, there's one of your sleeves with your back at the back. So you can always check your progress as you're going along if you follow the shapes on the pattern. So there's your back, there's 2 backs there, look, there's your 2 sleeves, and that's your front. So, and that matches this here. So if you look on one of your patterns, the fold line for the casing the measurement to the line is 5/8 of an inch, so that's what you've got around each top. So what I've done, I've pressed all the seams where I've just sewn 1/4 of an inch open, as you can see, so they're nice and flat and I haven't got so much bulk. Then I've measured 1/4 of an inch down, I've marked it, 1/4 of an inch isn't a lot, and then I've pressed it, as you can see. It's a little bit bulky there in the seams, but then obviously the seams you have to go like that and down. So it's so I'll press that open. That only leaves then 3/8 of an inch. So once you've pressed it all under 1/4 of an inch, then you work out where your 5/8 of an inch is, and then you turn down your 5/8 of an inch. That means between there and there is 3/8, so therefore you've turned down now the whole 5/8, and then you sew along the edge close to this fold line here, and then you're creating a casing for your elastic to go through. So I pressed it on the right side as best I can. That seems to be a little problem area, just I'll have to just stretch it slightly just to get it. I've quickly measured it in a few places, and as long as I keep in mind that that's 3/8 of an inch, and I've got to sew it right on that fold. So I'm going to take my time, I'm not going to rush this. So I've pressed it from the front, and I've just got one there and one there, little plates. This is going to be elasticated, so I'm not going to worry about that. It's very there we go, and it's right on the edge, so I'm going to catch that with a few stitches within the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. There you are, so I don't think that's going to go anywhere. So I've got to the other end, and I'm just securing the piece of elastic, going backwards and forwards within the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. If we fold the sleeves up together, let's just pin them. I'll fold the other sleeves, just pin that. We now have the front with 2 sleeves and a back, and so now we've got to create the casing in the sleeves. So before we sew anything up, we need to put the elastic in the sleeve casing, I think. I'll just read the pattern again, but again that's 1/4 of an inch, exactly the same, and then turn over the 5/8 of an inch to create 3/8 of an inch where the 1/4 of an inch elastic will go through. Because it's all on a straight line, this should be easier to press. So I've turned up and pressed 1/4 of an inch, then I marked the 5/8 of an inch, and then I turned up and pressed to make this 3/8 of an inch, altogether 5/8 of an inch, and then sew right on the edge so you've got more gap to put your elastic. Now, using your 3.5 inch elastic, and do the same method as we did before. Once you get it through, sew down across there to secure it on the inside, carry on to the end and secure it, and it automatically gathers to 3.5 inches. So, oops, so there you are, that's both in on the sleeves. And then we'll see what happens next. So the next thing we do is sew from the front to the length of the arm, matching this seam that's in the middle. So, and then you do that both sides, so that's the front to the sleeves, and again it's 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I don't think I'm going to get over that elastic, so I might have to find, bear with me. Little bit, it's a bit thick. I think it's sewn. Cut all the bits off. Let's turn it inside out and we'll have a look. So that seems not too bad, that's pretty good. That seems spot on, so that's good. Right, so we're almost there. And then, so that's the front and the sleeves together. And now we've just got to work on the back. There you go. So it says now to stitch up 1/4 inch on the hems, that's the two backs, and all the way across. So this is 1/4 inch seam allowance that we're sewing up after I've pressed it. So once you've slip stitched your hem down, you still haven't finished your side seams. That's still got the raw edge of the 1/4 inch sewn over. You get a 4 inch piece of Velcro, and then you sew it down at the back, and that's what joins the back together. So therefore, if you've got one on the inside, then one has to be on the outside, so then you can just clip them together down the back like so. And we have finished the top. So let's just put that over. There you go. And there we have the pyjama top. Now according to the pattern, So I finished putting the other side of the Velcro on, so they now actually go together to close the back. That makes it very easy for a child to put this on and off. It's as neat as I can get it. It's the first time I've ever done anything as small as this. This is the doll. Now let me just pull you back out, just turn you around a minute. And up. That's it. This is the doll, and it's called a Rosebud, made in England. There you go. And she's 12 inches tall. This is too big because of the pattern. It looks like it's a baby, so babies are always chubbier. But even though it's a 12-inch pattern, this is the original box it came in. Rosebud. And it's still, she's still got original shoes on, and she was dressed in a wedding outfit, which I've got in the wash, which I'll show you when they dry. And she had a veil on her head which still had the original pins to keep the veil attached to her head, which I should be chucking away. We don't need those. And still the original tissue in the box. There you go. And that, all that did was from a charity shop at £1.50. So there you go. I will be dressing her in the pyjama set. I'm sending it to the little girl that I've got in mind. This is too big, but all little girls have lots and lots and lots of dolls, so I should imagine she's got one that the clothes will fit, and she'll have her original wedding outfit to wear anyway, if the little girl wants to put them on. There you go. So I changed my mind on the black bow and found a purple one and just sewn that on. And that looks like a little dress, look. It's that long. Oh dear. Well, there you go. That's my effort at the pyjama top. So I've still got the pyjama bottoms to go. And that'll be the next video. Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and come on back and see more videos. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.